Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to be talking about the all exciting Disney dining plan that is coming back in 2024 to Disney World. This is very exciting. We've been waiting for it for a long time, and it is now back. Currently, you can book your 2024 reservations all the way through 2024, all the way through the end of December, and you can add the Disney dining plan onto that. And let me tell you that this has been very popular for my clients in 2024. Everyone wants to add this. Everyone wants this. It is an awesome addition to your Disney World vacation to try and, pay for everything in advance so that when you show up, you're trying not to buy every souvenir that you walk across. And it's super hard, let me tell you. Every year I'm like, I have plenty of Christmas stuff and I still buy more. So if you're new here, hello, I'm Lauren. I'm a travel advisor. I specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, and cruising. And I help families have personalized vacations. So I make these YouTube videos as informational information for you. But when we work one-on-one, we're working one-on-one. This is a jump start to get you started. But then I personalize your trip to you because guess what? Everything doesn't work for everyone. And as a teacher and as a special ed teacher, I definitely know everything doesn't work the same for everyone. So let's get into talking about the Disney dining plan. So the dining plan is coming back for 2024. So if you are making a reservation for after January 9th of 2024, you have the option to add the Disney dining plan. So there are two options. Before there were four, before COVID, there were four options. Now we're down to two. We have the quick service option and the Disney dining plan option, which I'll get into both of those. When you purchase this dining plan, it is the per night of your reservation. So you stay a certain number of nights at your hotel, and everyone in your room, you need to purchase it for everyone in your room. So everyone in your room has to have tickets and a room in order to book the Disney dining plan. Before, you could book a ticketless package with the dining plan, and that seems very unclear right now. They don't seem to be letting us do that right now. You need to have tickets unless you're an annual pass holder. But in order to get the dining plan, it seems that you need to have a tickets or an AP in order, an annual pass, if you don't know what that means, in order to book this reservation. So just be aware of that room only reservations, it does not look like they're letting us do it at this time, and that might change as time goes on. But as of right now, not letting us add the dining plan option, which makes a big difference if you are planning on doing a split stay. If you're doing a split stay, part of your time is going to be at one resort where you would buy your tickets first. And then when you move to the next resort, the dining plan would not work at this time for that. So just be aware of that as you're going through right now. Now that might change, obviously, once it's actually 2024, they might open it up and allow you to do that. But as of right now, they do not. Everyone in your room has to have it. And the day that you check in, so if I checked in today, when I check in, I have access to all my credits. So let's say I'm staying for 4 nights. If I'm staying for 4 nights during my reservation, then the day that I check in, everyone in my party who's staying in my hotel room who got the Disney dining or got a dining plan from Disney, everyone has access to those credits the first day, and you have until your checkout day to use them. This is a convenience plan. A lot of people, I see so many posts about how to beat that Disney dining plan and, how to maximize your dining plan. There's enough planning that goes along with Disney that you don't need to put that pressure on yourself. You're not trying to make money off the Disney dining plan. You're trying to use it efficiently, and you're trying to pay for it in advance. Basically, you're just paying for meals in advance so you don't have to pay for them when you get down here to Florida. It's not meant to be a cost savings event. And in a lot of cases, you might be spending a few extra dollars that you didn't need. However, all the clients that get it always say the convenience factor was so much easier. They just felt like, oh, okay, yes, let's stop and eat because, we already paid for it. Or, yes, we should do a sit down restaurant every day because we already paid for it. So let's do it. So there are different options. I'm not going to treat you how to beat the system. That's not what my video is for. There's plenty of people out there who will show you how to do that. I really caution you against that because the whole point of vacation is to kind of enjoy yourself and really relax. So if you're stressed out that, you went to this table service and everyone didn't eat all their food or everyone didn't do all this stuff, it makes it more stressful. If you go in saying, okay, we've already purchased this stuff, so let's go eat here and let's go eat here and let's enjoy what we have. And it doesn't matter because I'm all set now. So think of it more like that. That's a more relaxed attitude than just wanting to get the most out of every penny that you put into your trip. So the quick service option, now this is the price this is June of 2023 for plans in 2024. That's confusing, isn't it? Why I say this is because the Disney dining plan has been known to increase in price constantly, probably every 4 to 5 months. I felt like before COVID, it would increase. And it's not going to increase a lot. Typically, it's going to increase $1 or $2 per person, per meal, per night. So you have to think of it that way. My best recommendation is to always purchase the dining or put the dining plan on your package reservation, and you can always get rid of it before your final payment. You can see how your dining day goes, all that kind of stuff. I'll get into more of that later. But anyways, this is the quick service dining plan. So this is actually my favorite option for the dining plan. And for an adult, it's $57. And for a child, it's almost $24 a night. So that is per night. Now, for adults have to order off the adult menu. Children are ordering only off the children's menu. So you can't order something off the adult menu. They changed that before COVID. So it's not like a totally brand new rule, but yes, children have to order from the children's menu. Now, for the quick service dining plan, you will get 2 quick service meals per day. You also get 1 snack. And for your full stay, each person in your party gets a resort refillable mug. I've done a video on resort refillable mugs, so you could check that out below. But just so you know, this is just an added benefit, maybe not something that's going to help you all every time. Now, when you go for your quick service meal, you get an entree and a drink. So that's what's included. So typically, if you're going to get a burger, it's going to be a burger with fries and then a drink. So the fries are not extra meals. Quick service meals often include a side like that, like fries or a salad or something like that. And that would all be included. You can use mobile ordering when you're making your purchases. So you'll be able to use that option. I can't show it to you because we don't have that option right now in 2023. But in 2024, you will be able to go in, say, oh, I want to use my quick service credit for this. It will prompt you for a children's credit if you have a child so that, you're getting your children's meal. Now, with your drink option, you do have the option of getting an alcoholic beverage if you are of age. And if you're not of age, you can get different things like milkshakes, slushies, any kind of specialty drinks there. So it's not just you have to get soda or things like that or water. You have that different option that you can get for those drinks. Now, if you do not drink alcohol, you are going to lose a little bit of money here. You can still get specialty drinks, but those alcoholic beverages are going to be more expensive, and that's what puts that cost over. So again, when you're in Florida and it's super hot out and you're with your kids, it might not be the best idea to be drinking at lunch every day and getting exhausted then and being in heat. So you have to, that's why I say you don't want to try and beat the system with this. You want to make it useful for you. We don't really drink a lot in my family, so that like we wouldn't really even think about it for this quick service plan to do it. But we still get like milkshakes or one of the specialty drinks, and I do find that that's worth it. I'm not really coming out ahead, but it's still making it useful and helpful for me. The other thing that I will say is, I'll get into it a little more, but when you get a quick service meal and you have that resort refillable mug, like this is at Pop Century. So this is at Pop Century at the resort. If I get a quick service meal, I get to choose like an individual bottle of something that I want to drink. So let's say I want orange juice. That's not for my resort refillable mug. I can use my resort refillable mug when I get my quick service entree and, get one of the sodas or whatever. And then I also get that extra drink because every meal includes an entree and a drink. So I can get something different. Like I can get like that specialty drink, or I can get something else that is an option. So I know that's a little confusing. I'll get into it a little more when I talk about the tips and tricks. Now, the other option you have is the Disney dining plan. And this is one table service, one quick service meal per day, and one snack per day in the resort refillable mug. So instead of 2 quick service meals, you get 1 sit down or table service meal, 1 quick service, 1 snack, 1 resort refillable mug per person. For an adult, it's $94. For a child, it's just about $30 a day as of 2023 for 2024. So when you're at the table service options, so what gets confusing here is some of the table service options are buffet. So if it's a buffet, you just have access to the full buffet and you get an option for a drink that won't cost you extra. If you're doing like a sit-down restaurant where you have a menu, then you get an entree, dessert, and drink, and that includes everyone in your party. So if there's 4 of you, 2 adults, 2 children, then you can each get an entree, so 4 entrees, and then 4 desserts. So just realize that sometimes people don't realize that every single person gets a dessert, but you do. And then you can also get that specialty drink, alcoholic drink if you're of age, and like milkshake, I don't know, any kind of specialty drink, mocktail also. You also get a quick service included every day. The biggest thing to remember is gratuity is not included. And that sometimes confuses people that gratuity is not included. So you still have to pay for that gratuity. You can pay for that at the end. At the end of the meal, they're going to give you like a bill like they would anywhere else. And you'll have the option to pay. You can use your Magic Band to pay, and whatever credit card is linked, that's how your tip will be added. You can use a Disney gift card to make your tip payment. So there's a lot of different ways. You can leave cash, whatever is easier for you, but you still will pay for that gratuity in some way. Most clients use their Magic Bands and just add the gratuity on that way. Now, table service. So if you're the kind of person who's going to probably sit down every day for a table service meal, this is definitely a good option for you. This way, everything is paid for in advance and you're all set. I do not like this plan, and we'll talk about it in a minute. Some restaurants are 2 table service. So they're so fancy that 1 table service credit is not enough. You need 2. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is a perfect option if you are planning on doing character meals. I like this option for character meals. When I've used it in the past, what we did is we went to Chef Mickey. We went to, this is Cape May. We did Cape May. We also did, we did another one. We did the one in Animal Kingdom. Each day we did a different character experience, and it was a lot of fun. And that way each day we got in a character meal where we sat down and ate. And that was just kind of like our resting time for the day. And then we would just use the quick service. Normally we would do lunch when we did the Disney dining plan. We would have breakfast in the room, use the table service credit for lunch. It was like a larger lunch. And then we would rest, and then we would go back to the parks and we'd get a quick service meal and use our snack as needed throughout the day. The dining plan used to have 2 snacks a day, and they did get rid of that. So now it's 1 snack a day. And I do think that that's enough food, you might need to pay for another snack here or there, but it is like a great option for you. Another way people have used this before is on one day they'll do 2 sit-down meals. So you can use 2 of your table service credits on the same day, and then they use 2 quick services on the next day. So I get this a lot on the Animal Kingdom day. People want to do 2 sit-down restaurants. So sometimes people will say, okay, well, I want to use my credit, so I want to go to a sit-down restaurant at Animal Kingdom for breakfast. And then later in the day, so Tusker House in the morning, that's a character breakfast in the morning, and they'll go to Animal Kingdom the rest of the day. Then for the evening, when they're done with Animal Kingdom, then they want to go to a place like Chef Mickey, or now, I guess Chef Mickey would be the best option outside of the parks, so that they could do a second table service option that day. So you could do Tusker House in the morning and then Chef Mickey in the evening, and you're getting in those 2 sit-down meals in one day. The following day, when they go to, let's say, Hollywood Studios, they don't want to do any sit-down meals there. So they're just going to do 2 quick service options, for lunch and dinner that day. So there's all different ways that you can use the dining plan, and it's going to come down to what's going to work best for you. But when you're checking in, right, you're getting all of these credits that day. So if I check in today, it's a Tuesday, I'm getting access to our 4 days that we're staying here. I'm getting our 4 days worth of dining credits on that day. So Tuesday at, let's say, 6 a.m., all my credits are going to show in the My Disney Experience app. I'll be able to see them, and I can use them however I want. If I wanted to use all my quick service dining credits in the first day, I can do that. I can also wait and use it on my checkout day. Maybe you have a late flight and you're like, okay, we're going to save one of our credits so that we can use it later today. Or, we use 2 snacks instead of doing a quick service meal. So, now we have that extra quick service meal. It's all an option. Like, there's so many different ways you can do it. It's all going to depend on what kind of vacation and what it looks like. That's what I help my clients with, is trying to figure out what plan is best for them, how they can use it, and then use it so it's going to help them the most. Again, different for everyone. Now, something that used to be a thing is that they call it cash in your credits. So let's say at the end you had like an extra quick service credit. You could go to your hotel, it had to be at your hotel, and pick out 3 snacks in the gift shop, and they could give you those 3 snacks for that quick service dining credit. I don't really recommend this. Like, I try and help people so that they can get in all their credits while they're there, so they don't need to do this. We're not 100% positive that's coming back either, but should still be an option. So let's talk about the 2 extra things. So you either get sit down and quick service, and then you either get everyone gets their snack and resort refillable mug. Now, there's no like child-sized snacks, so everyone has the same access to the same snacks. This over here, this is that symbol that's going to show you that it's part of the Disney dining plan and it's part of a snack credit. So everyone gets a snack each night of your stay, and you'll see this. So if you want that snack, you can just put your magic band up and say, it's for my snack credit, and they will do it. If you can do multiple ones at the same time, that is also okay. So you can use those snack credits however you want. The resort refillable mug, this you get at check-in. You will need to physically go to the quick service option. So whatever it is at your resort, if you're staying at Grand Floridian, you're going to Gasparilla's Grill, that's the quick service option, and you're walking in and you'll see all these resort refillable mugs. You can just pick one up and go to the checkout and tap your magic band again, or your phone, or whatever you're using, and there you go. There's your mug. You can use it. There's refillable stations in the quick service options at your hotel, and then typically around the pool area. Some places have more stations around also. Different resorts have more like resort options where you can get that, but you can fill up as much as you want. Sometimes you have to wait like 2 or 3 minutes in between, but you all have access to it, so you will get that. So that's one of your options too. And it's for your length of your stay, so you can use it throughout the length of your stay, including your check-in and check-out day. The important thing is as you go to pick up the mug, that's the hardest part. And each person gets their own mug. So you might want to get different tops. Some of the times they have different tops, different scenes that you can have on there. But if not, you all just share it. Okay, so one of the things that Disney has is that they say that there are certain restaurants that are 2 table service credits, meaning if you have the Disney dining plan only, this does not work at all with the quick service. You can't take 2 quick service credits to make a table service. You need the Disney dining plan in order to use any table service credits. But there are some restaurants that you would need to use 2 credits in order to eat at that restaurant. I don't recommend this because this is not a good use of money in any way. These are ones that I would pay out of pocket if I was going to. And the 4 biggest ones are Cinderella's Royal Table, Akershus, Storybook Dining at Artist Point, and Be Our Guest. Those are character dining experiences, and they are all 2 credits. Right now, Be Our Guest is only lunch and dinner, so just remember that there's no breakfast offered yet. And Akershus is for lunch or dinner. So if you're going to Akershus, which is in Epcot with the princesses in Norway, and you're doing the breakfast, it's only 1 table service credit. So you only have to look out if it's lunch or dinner. But Storybook Dining is a little bit of a change. It used to be 1, and it was like the best option. Like you made money by just like walking in the door there. But clearly they changed that. So, but yes, those are the big ones. The rest of them that I have listed are typically those more high-end restaurants, and not all restaurants are included in the Disney dining plan. One of the biggest shocks to people is that Space 220 is not included in the Disney dining plan. So you can't use a table service credit. You can't use any kind of credit. The dining plan is not accepted at Space 220. So you also want to make sure that you're looking to see what restaurants you want to go to see if it's going to benefit you the most. If you are eating all off this list only, the dining plan is not going to be helpful for you because by like day 2 or 3, you're going to be out of table service credits and paying out of pocket anyways. So that won't be very helpful for you. So you really want to look at what it is that you want out of your dining plan in order to make it useful. So let's talk about some quick tips for the quick service plan. So my biggest recommendation is please use mobile order. Mobile order is there, so please use it. It saves you so much time. Obviously, if you have a food allergy, you can't use it, but if you can use it, this is a great option. My second biggest tip is not to use it for breakfast for a quick service. Use it for your lunch or dinner. It's much more cost effective to use it at the lunch and dinner options. If you're at the resort and you're using a quick service credit, so like if you're staying at Pop Century and you're using a quick service credit, get your drink using your resort refillable mug, and then you get to pick another drink, like single serve orange juice, apple juice, all those kinds of things. That is extra. You can't use that normally with the Disney dining plan. So get that extra drink with you to keep it back in your room, or if you have a child and they want something different that's not soda, then you can get that for them. We used to do that all the time. That was like our biggest thing. I used to get orange juice all the time. That was my favorite because I love orange juice in the morning. It tastes even better in Florida. So do that. This is a great option if you have limited table service options. So before I became a travel agent and we used the dining plan, we love this option because we would do maybe like 1 sit-down restaurant in our whole trip. So it was great. We had our 2 quick service options every day and our snack, and we were all set. And it was very easy for us. This is like if you're more like on the go family, this is a great option for you. What makes this plan worth it is that alcohol and specialty drinks. That's what's going to make it cost effective for you, but it's also not supposed to be something that's meant to be stressful that you're thinking like, we have to get this in order to make it work. Just order like you normally would and relax. It's fine. Now, tips for the Disney dining plan. Use it for those character meals. Those are great options for the character meals. It's two things in one. You get to eat and you get to meet characters and take pictures, so you don't have to wait for them later. I really don't recommend using it for two credits, like for Cinderella's Royal Table and things like that. I just don't think it's worth it. The hardest part for people to remember, or they get shocked, they're like, I'm not tipping. Like, this is supposed to be all inclusive. You need to remember to tip. Okay. Like, these people are still working for you. So, add the tip on at the end, maybe get a gift card, what you think your tips are going to be throughout, so that you can just use that gift card every time. And use it to your advantage. It doesn't mean that you have to do one table service every day and one quick service every day. I talked about it earlier that you could do 2 table services in one day and 2 quick services the following day. Whatever's going to work for you. Or, on the last day or the first day, you want that sit down meal, use it however you want. Okay. People kind of forget that they get it that first day. Like, that's your first night that you're staying, right? So you're getting that table service and quick service that first day. So use it on that first day. And if you're coming in later, then know that you have those credits later in the week to use. This is really something that you want to look at if you're going to do a table service every day. So if you're thinking of doing once you get into like 3 and 4 table services, this is definitely the plan that you're going to want to use. And your dining date is 60 days before you travel. So reevaluate, like, what did you get? Does this seem manageable to you? In 2024, we're also adding something where they're going to allow you to schedule your Genie Plus selections. So that's going to change things too. So you can always reevaluate. You have until your final payment to make a decision if you want to keep the Disney dining plan or not. I always suggest getting it first so that you are not worried that the price is going to go up if that's a concern of yours, and different things like that. But I'm so excited it's back. It's back. Yay. So it's definitely, there's going to be more updates once we can use it. We still don't know if you can use it for like Candlelight Processional, if you can use 2 credits to do it for that, or for, any of the other different things that you can add on. So those are still to be determined. So there's still more information coming out, but this should get you started to help you make your decisions for 2024. And of course, if you need help with your 2024 or any vacation, you can reach out to me with the information below and I would be willing to help you. So have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time on Magical Travel Adventure. Bye.